here, and today I'm going to do a pour where I use up a bunch of leftover paint. If you've been pouring for any length of time, you have all those little containers sitting around with leftover dribs and drabs from different pours. So today I thought, well, I'll put them to good use. I'll do a pour. It'll be a surprise to me and to you. So let's go to the art table and see how it turns out. Hey, it's Dawn, and today I'm going to use these leftover paints. I'm going to pour them into a cup, and I'm going to pour them out as a wandering ring pour. And I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out because I don't know what's all in the paint. I don't even know what colors they all are. So I'm going to speed this up while I pour, and I'll be right back. Okay, so most of these colors are blues and blacks and golds and a little bit of white, and I think I need some red. So I pulled out some red paint here. I think it's Artist Loft Deep Red, and I'm going to mix it up here on camera because this painting needs red. Of course, I could say that about a lot of things because red is probably my favorite color, as my hubby can attest to. So I'm mixing this about 1 part paint to about 1.5 parts of Floetrol. I'm going to stir it in really well, and I'll probably have to add at least a little bit of water to get the right consistency. I'll be right back. My water is under the table, so I'm pouring it off camera. See, I'm back. And this is about the right consistency of melted ice cream. So I'm going to add the red to the painting, and we're going to speed it up again while I'm mixing the rest of the paints. Be right back. Okay, it's all in the cup. It's time to pour. Usually in a wandering ring pour, I won't add any silicone to the paints, but I'm sure 1 or 2 of the paints that I'm using today has silicone, so we're probably going to see some cell action. I guess it just remains to be seen. Obviously, using all these dark colors is going to be a dark pour, but I'm hoping that the brighter colors will pop through and break up the black. Not really doing any rhyme or reason to how I'm pouring this out, except it's somewhat ring-like anyway. And if it ends up too dark, well, it might be a good candidate for an embellished pour. I just got a new set of acrylic paint pens in 24 different colors, so I am anxious for an opportunity to crack them open and use them to embellish a painting. I don't think there's much more left in this cup that I can get out. That's it. So, that's kind of an interesting design, but I think we're just going to tilt it to cover the canvas and see what we end up with. If it doesn't turn out well, I guess we can always scrape the canvas later. A lot of the brighter colors are peeking through, at the moment anyway. Stretching the paint often reveals new colors when you do a ring pour. I'm going to try to catch some of the paint in the corner so I don't lose so much trying to cover the corner. There's not as much paint on the canvas as I thought there would be, so tilting might go a little slow. And there's always the chance I might overwork it and end up with a bunch of crazy zigzaggy lines, which sometimes looks cool and then other times it just looks, well, sucky. If I'd have been smart, I probably should have kept a little bit of paint just to pour on the corners so I didn't have to work so hard to get them covered. Hindsight's a great thing. It's 2020. Oh well. Actually, a lot of those brighter colors are staying visible, so there may be hope for this painting yet. My only concern is that it might dry on the dark side. That's sometimes disappointing when you have a nice pour, even though it's a little on the dark side, and you think, oh, I hope that dries that way, and sometimes they don't. But that's okay. There is a certain amount of randomness in this type of art, which leads to surprises, some good and some bad. So far I'm thinking this is a good surprise. Just gotta get this corner covered. Might help it just a little bit. I got some neat designs formed on the canvas there. I'm just going to try to move it around a little bit. I don't know how much it's going to move for me because the paint is starting to thin and there's not a lot of weight to it. I'll just try to pull some of those brighter colors across the canvas. Well, they're moving, but not very quickly. Actually, that's kind of striking. We got some dark paint, and then we've got some really bright colors popping on top. I'm just knocking the heavy paint off the back of the canvas so that it doesn't pull my design off the front. Yeah, I don't think I can get that to move anymore, so I think I'm done. It's kind of a crazy looking painting, isn't it? I'll come back and show you up close in just a moment. Well, here it is all finished. There are a lot of bright and crazy designs interspersed throughout the black, although it is all over a dark piece. We've got some metallics in here and they're kind of sparkly. And it's interesting how the cells that have formed are mostly black. So maybe I will use those paint pens and embellish this to brighten it up. It was a neat experiment anyway. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe. See you next time. Bye for now.